Organized and disorganized complexity. The first one is simplifying complex systems. In this first one is usefulness of abstractions common to similar activities. Nothing but first, for example, if you take different kinds of motor vehicles driving, for example, first we have to think steering, accelerator, clutch. These in what type of model of a car, the steering and clutcher, accelerator, the function is similar. Okay, it's provides same functionality. So first we have to think that one. Nothing but first we have to identify similar things. So if you have the complex system, so first we have to level by level we have to understand the system. So first thing we have to understand the general thing. What are the general things that commonly provided same things? Okay, wherever we have to use that thing, it provides same operation only. For example, if you have different types of CPUs, so different types of CPUs, whatever the companies they have, but the functionality that provides is same only. Okay, so Pentium processor, Celeron, different processors are there. So the different processors are there, but functionality is same. Okay, so we have to first identify that thing. So what are the general things in the complex system, whatever the complex system? So first we have to identify the similar things, common things, whatever it is, general things, first one. And next one is multiple orthogonal hierarchies. Next we have to know little bit in depth. Nothing but we have to identify the structure, control system. So this all organized complexity is explained by using a small example, like car. So first we have to identify the steering, clutch, and sorry, accelerator. So these things is the common things. Next, coming to the structure and control system. So what is the structure of the car? What is the structure of how to we can control that system? So we have to identify the in depthly we have to identify. So what are the different things? So different things is nothing but here first we have to in abstraction means is a hierarchy means similar things. Next after that, has a hierarchy, part of hierarchy. So what are the parts in that, what are the parts are there in that? So we have to identify that the parts of the thing. Okay, multiple orthogonal hierarchies is nothing but we have to identify the structure and the control system of a particular system. Okay, so we have to while listening this video we have to think about the car. We have to think about the example of the car, not one car. So different cars, so we have to think about that. So how we going to first while we have just a small example, while we are learning while we are learning the car, compulsory first we have to learn how to use the steering, accelerator, and clutch. After that, after we have to learn all these things, next we have to identify the how to we can control the car, how we can control the car, what is the mileage, what is the structure of the car. So we have to identify those things. Next, prominent hierarchies in object orientation. Nothing but it specifies a class structure and object structure. Class structure is nothing but is an abstraction. So prominent hierarchies is nothing but best hierarchies is that first one is class structure and second one is object structure. Nothing but class structure is an abstraction and object structure is a decomposition. Object in abstraction we have to identify the is hierarchies. Okay, in object structure we have to identify the has hierarchies. So in organized way we have two things. One is hierarchy and another one is object hierarchy. Okay, so object structure is nothing but if you have a CPU, so in that first we have to learn about types of CPUs. Okay, next we have to identify what are they in the CPU. Okay, we have to identify the in that manner that if whatever the system is complex, we have to easily reduce. Okay, we have to easily identify the system what it contains. Okay, so this structure specifies the object class structure and object structure. So object class structure is nothing but here C1, C2, C3. So this C1 contains this C2, C3, C4 is contains similar to C but more than that. Okay, next coming to this next object structure, here we have to identify. First we have to take, for example, if you take D4, so in that D4 we have different components, different C1, C2, different components are there. So we have to identify in depthly what is that. Say see here D4 is nothing but one CPU. So in that CPU, what is ALU, what is memory, what is that. Okay, in depth we have to identify the CPU. Okay, like that we have to we have to reduce the complexity in a complex system. So how means by using class structure as well as object structure. Don't think about in your Java language, Java programming language, class structure, object structure, that is different from this. Okay, you have to just listen. Class structure is nothing but what are the common things, what are the common things, what are the general things, nothing. Next we have to decompose. So by decomposing those things clearly, and we can analyze the what is the system. Okay, what is the control system, what is the structure. Okay, so why we go for means generally this is not this is not possible for the human beings. In complexities, nothing but generally human being has a particular limit. Okay, particular limit is there. If the complexity is going to be reduced day by now, for example, if you take the memory of a person is somewhat less when compared to system. Okay, so like that the identification of complexity of a human being is very less. So there is a limit. So getting clarification of a human being in complex system is very difficult. That's why we have to go for this another way. So this is the limitations of the human capacity for dealing with the complexity. Object model is an organized complexity of the software. So this is so that's why we have to go. Why we go for organized model and disorganized model means because of the human does not identify, does not think, does not clearly know about the complex system, because lot of complexity is going to be increased. That's why there is some limitation is there. That's why we have to go to approach this solution, that is organized way and disorganized way. Okay, so once again I am telling the why we go for means why we go for organized and disorganized, because of the human capacity, because of human has some limitation. Okay, compulsory we require one model for for reducing the complexity in a complex system. That's why we have to analyze one model. So that model is called organized model and disorganized model. Okay, in organized nothing but abstraction, and disorganized is nothing but decomposition only. In organized abstraction is there, and disorganized decomposition is there. Organized means first we have to Abstraction means what is the is hierarchy, what is the same things. Okay, then next one is decomposition is nothing but has a hierarchy or part of hierarchy. So by identifying the hierarchies we easily reduce the complexity in a complex system. Okay, this is the disorganized and organized complexity.